I didn't really have a lot of friends growing up, so I had a lot of imaginary friends, I'm pretty sure.
Loneliness means to me sort of isolated feeling, like there's no one there for you.
Loneliness kind of means to me like when you kind of feel isolated and you don't really think there's kind of any way out, and you may have plenty of people around you, like lots of friends, lots of family, but you still feel really lonely and you just don't think there's any way that you could possibly not feel that way. Affected me in different kind of times of my life. I think probably mainly in school was probably the main time that it affected me, especially in secondary school, with kind of lots of like kind of friendship issues and stuff, and kind of being bullied from, you know, kind of a young age.
It's affected me mainly when I was younger, when I used to get sometimes bullied and I felt like there was no one really to talk to. I felt quite lonely in that sort of situation.
Where I've been sort of, like in my younger teen age years, I was sort of not seeing eye to eye with my parents, and I wouldn't have a lot of friends, and it'd just be a point of where I just don't have anyone to talk to.
I feel like when you're older, you sometimes feel lonely. Let's say elderly. When you're an elderly person, you've probably lost a relative or like a loved one or something like that. You feel lonely because of the loss. I feel like when I've been younger, I felt lonely because of the need of someone being there who has never been there before. And I think there's slight different variations of loneliness.
I feel like with old people, they're in a different situation. Our generation's grown up a lot different, where it feels like can always be some sort of source for communication or with other people, whereas with old people, they've sort of grown old with their partners, and if they've sort of passed away, then I could imagine it being a really hard position for them to be in.
Absolutely not. I think that loneliness is the same regardless of who you are. It's even someone like a celebrity who has people, or especially celebrities, because they're always surrounded by people that want to be near them superficially.
I think phones have probably played a massive part in kind of teenagers feeling lonely, especially with social media. I think a lot of people hide behind social media, and therefore that's why they kind of start to feel lonely, because they have this person that they come across as on social media, which could not necessarily be the person that they are. And I think that's why a lot of people struggle to kind of socialise in real life, because a lot of the socialisation happens online.
Yes, I do feel like phones have played more of a negative part, just because even though we're more connected than ever through social media, through Facebook, through Instagram, we're just like texting, we're not actually meeting these people.
But the fact is, I mean, okay, now going back to teens, we live every single day with a phone in our hands. We can contact no matter probably whoever we can, but it's the people who we choose to contact. And when you don't feel like you've been in contact, it feels terrible inside.
Yes and no. Loneliness itself hasn't really changed, but we're now sort of associating loneliness with social media more because of the amount of studies that have gone into it.
Which seems like it's got better since the past centuries, just because now there's always something that can keep us occupied.
Like likes, how many people's likes they have, I feel can also be resemblance of being lonely, because the more likes you have normally means the more friends you have, the more popular you are. And if you have like a low amount of likes, it's just a whole judging system of what we can have. So yeah, I do think being in the 21st century has changed the effect of loneliness.